Hi there, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us tonight. This Ain't Footy is a show that's got 4/8 of fuck all to do with football. I'm Dino the Big Man Taylor, and this here is Brian Twinkle Toes Shelford, no relation to Buck.
Bonza Pearl Beauty, folks, it's good to have you watching. And have we got a show for you?
First up, we're going live via satellite to the Netherlands. We're going to be interviewing Ronald van Leeuwenpetel. He's the coach of PVC Feltraround Town, winners of the Federated European Cup '98.
Can you hear me?
Oh yes, we've done research into player performance, and all our studies indicate that players have to be satisfied with their contracts and the coaching, and also sexually.
Okay, that's just cracking, mate. But tell us, how do you deal with the players getting blue balls?
I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure I understand. The blue balls? It's actually quite warm here today.
Well, Ronald, I think Dino actually wants to know, how do you satisfy these players sexually?
Yes, we have a group of young ladies. They pleasure the players one-on-one or in the group orgy. It is almost uplifting.
That's just fantastic, Ronald. And I'm sure you viewers out there just want to know if the girls get free tickets to all the games. What's the story there, Ronald?
Yes, the girls actually tour with the team, and during the game they are busy keeping their juices flowing. We have come to realise that an injured player who is coming off halfway through the game cannot be expected to enter the harsh and dry vagina, so the girls keep their libidos in motion using the vibrating devices and the cunnilingus.
Cunnilingus? I think that means fancy talk, mate. When we look at the statistics from last year, though, we see a string of convincing wins and one real shocker of a loss. Can you tell us what's up with that, mate?
Yes. Well, we were on tour last season, and approximately 3/4 of the young ladies were not up to their usual pre-match fornication due to a simultaneous menstrual cycle, most upsetting. And by half-time during the game, the remaining ladies had complained that they were getting a raw deal.
Yes, well, a raw deal indeed, eh, folks? Yeah, I bet he was sweating like Mark Ellis.
Mark Ellis.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the interview. So, Ronald, I understand you've copped a wee bit of flack from the English Football Union about your training methods. Can you elaborate on that for us?
Yes, but at least we do not push each other through fences.
Okay, mate. Looks like we won't be going there, eh?
What about the players, mate? How do they feel?
Yes, the players are feeling very much happier with themselves, playing a freer kind of game. In fact, here comes Thomas Haggedas now, a Swedish import player who is our man of the match last week, scoring 4 goals over Scrotum Wrinkle.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes. My erections nowadays are very strong, very powerful. Gives me a lot more confidence on the field, and at the end of the game, I get to look forward to the penetration. You see, also halftime, I enjoy the oranges, and afterwards the fellatio. The oranges are also quite refreshing.
Super. So, Ronald, have you got any last words for us?
Yes. I think we can come to expect to see a lot more of this kind of thing in European football, and perhaps even in the years to come, your national game of rugby?
Well, we can only hope, Ronald. And I've got to say, it'd be fabbo, top stuff to have Ronnie and his boys down under here in New Zealand.
Yes. I've always wanted to hitchhike around your beautiful rolling green countrysides. Yes, maybe get kidnapped, tied to a tree, sodomized, and have my luggage stolen.
Well, you never know your luck, Thomas, and thank you both for the interview. We'll just let you get back to your training. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Ronald van Leeuwenpetel, coach of the football team PVC Feltraround Town, and recent import Thomas Haggedas, detailing new techniques which have helped them piss all over the opposition this year.
Well, actually, Dino, I think the golden shower's been quite popular in that part of the globe long before we saw the emergence of this sort of player management. Anyway, though, We've got an ad break coming up, but stick with us, folks, because after the ads, we're blowing the top of New Zealand rugby's first sexual harassment scandal.
Scandal?
Yeah.
Tired of looking for love? Do you sit at home alone? Do you want to find someone special? Come down to the Loaded Goblin, where it all happens. Great times, good people. The Loaded Goblin, where you can get laid in the shade, drinking alcoholic lemonade.
Soon to a Mothra Awards near you. Iron Man. He's 60 feet of bone-crushing, army-ass-kicking steel. You better watch out. Iron Man is about.
Okay, folks, if you've just tuned in, this ain't footy. And we're about to blow open the first sexual harassment scandal in the NPC.
Well, that's right, Brian. Earlier on today, I had an exclusive interview with the player at the heart of the scandal. For legal reasons, we can't name the team he plays for, and the player himself would rather remain anonymous for fear of losing valuable product endorsement deals. So tell us when you first noticed something was wrong, mate.
Well, I didn't notice at first. How can you? I started out with a little pat on the bum when I made a nice tackle or a good pass.
Yeah, but we've all seen that before, mate.
Yeah, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's what the public sees. You can only feel a lock's tongue run up the inside of your leg so many times before you start to enjoy it.
So when did you actually first realise that you were becoming a chutney ferret?
Well, at first, I thought the soap was just slipping out of their hands in the showers. But then I noticed it was happening all the time. And then I started to pick it up.
You go, mate.
Thank you.
Do you want to go on?
Yeah.
Was it any players in particular?
Well, no, it was pretty much a team effort, really. After all, there is no I in the words anal sex. This is why most of these guys play the game. First I started underperforming in the hope that they wouldn't notice me. But in the end, I just gave in, and now I've developed an eating disorder.
I understand you're now receiving counselling to regain your heterosexuality. Have you had any success?
Well, it's hard. I take it one day at a time. And sometimes I wake up and I wonder if I'll ever have the drive to score pussy again.
Yeah, mate.
It just makes me so mad. I just want to scratch their eyes out.
We then went and questioned the coach about these shocking allegations.
Come on, Wilson, get to that loose ball!
Excuse me, sir. Is there any truth to this player's allegations?
Look, I'm sick and tired of this. He's cooked up some sort of story to cover his back because he's not cutting it in training.
So he's not covering his back for any other reason then?
No, he's bloody not. It's just total fantasy.
Sexual fantasy?
Look, he wants to get out of his contract with this bloody fairy tale.
So admit fairies are involved then?
No, they're not. And if you don't mind, I've got a team to coach in a big game on Saturday. This interview's over.
Well, you've heard the player's allegations and the coach's defence. Now it's only up to you, the viewer, to decide. Well, fancy that, eh, Brian?
Yeah, mate. Looks like we'll have to change NPC to Nancy Pufter's Club.
Okay, you folks in TV land, join us. Join me next week as I go undercover to expose the reason for the All Blacks' shocking string of defeats. Cannabis, supplied by the New Zealand cricket team, has sent our boys on a downward spiral of drugs and bad rugby. So, you'll be joining me next week as I take a dive into the seedy underbelly.